The first thing we need to do after logging in and discovering our dashboard is to create a contact list. So if you just create a contact list, click on the create contact lists icon over there, takes you to this page. And what I recommend is it'll come up with your email address as the from, reply, and bounce email addresses. So let's just call this list A for our example. And the list owner's name, this is what will come up in the when the person receives the email. This is what they will see next to the email address. So be very clever with what you put here, because this is probably one of the first things or string of words that will be seen by the reader when they get your emails. So I put here passive income guru, or you can just put there whatever you want to put. And the list owner's email address, this is the email address that the email that the recipient is receiving, the email address that it comes from. So I put here the from at and then the domain, which you would have gotten from me. And you can tell me exactly what email address that you want as the from email address. The reply email address is have that totally different. So have it as reply at and then domain, and we'll do that for you. And the bounce address you need to have a separate one as well, which we're going to give you. Now, the reason you want 3 different email addresses is because when you're getting tons of opt-ins, okay, you're going to get a reply from the system telling you that you've got an opt-in from your opt-in list. Somebody has subscribed to your list, and that all those are going to go into your from email account. Now, when somebody replies, now let's say you've got hundreds of people subscribing to your list, which is what we are going to be doing here. If you've got hundreds of those and somebody replies, then the reply is going to be in the same email box as the opt-ins, and you'd have to sift through all the froms and the replies to find out like who's actually replied and who's like wanting some sort of contact with you. So you need to have a separate from email address and a separate reply email address. Now, the bounce email is, let's say the person opted into your list and they put the incorrect email address. That email is now going to bounce back to the from email account. Now, if you've got hundreds, sometimes thousands of people opting into your list, you will have quite a few people putting in incorrect details. Don't know why it happens, just happens. They'll put first name, surname at gmail.co, or they'll mix up the I and the A, and you'll get that bounce back notifying you that they've entered their email details incorrectly. And all those bounces are also going to go into the from email box. So you want to have 3 separate email boxes so that you can manage what's going on with your list properly. Okay. Now, these are the fields that are available to you for the opt-in form, which I've explained to you in previous videos. Okay. And these are the fields that are going to show in your opt-in form, and you can create new opt-in fields over here. You can say view custom fields, and you can add custom fields. So you can put in there whatever you want, and there's quite a number of different fields available, and you can create your own fields so as for you to get as much information from the clients or potential clients as possible. Okay, and you can leave this option empty, and then you can just save your account. So let's just put it knows that it's not a domain, which is very intelligent. And then we'll just put there domain.co.za, and then you can save. And now it'll save, and if you go to your contact lists, it'll be in your contact lists. Now that you're in your contact list section, there's a number of things that you can do here. You can view your contacts that are in your list. You can add a contact individually. You can edit the contact list, and you can delete the contact list. And here you can do bulk actions. So if you've got multiple lists here, like 10 or 20 lists, you can delete contact lists from selected lists. So you can just click the lists that you want to delete contacts from. You can update the way contacts receive emails. So if they're receiving it only in text, you can update it, update the way they receive their emails to HTML or to text. I would just leave it on the default and don't change anything. And then also you can merge lists together. So if you've got two opt-in lists and you want all the contacts to be in one place, create a new contact list, select those lists, and then click this option here, merge selected lists. Note that this cannot be undone, so once you've merged it, it's merged, and then that'll be that. So just be very careful what you do. And then over here, this icon, you can also categorize your lists. So you can create folders. You can add a new folder, call it, I don't know, just opt-ins, so that all your lists are now categorized in opt-ins, and you can create a new list within that category so that you can segment your lists the way you want to segment them, which is absolutely brilliant.